Hello everybody, I am the Panda Photographer and I want to talk to you about my hotel and hostel stays here in San Francisco. Right off the back, I'm going to tell you right now, 90% of them violated the CDC and San Francisco public health guidelines. Those guidelines were most importantly to stay 6 feet, or if you do rent or book a dormitory at a hostel or international hostel, you're supposed to be in a room by yourself. Now, normally I stay at the HI Hostel organization, which is a 501c3. I've been a member for 9 years, over 9 years now. And I preferred that place because when I was actually staying here at that place, when it was open, they did everything CDC and the state required them to do. They followed every rule to the T, sometimes too much to the T, where I purposely argue about the kitchen being not accessible. But now, as I think about it, I'm not mad about that anymore because what's been happening at these other hostels / hotels, like Music City Hotel and Hostel, had me in a room with another strange gentleman that's been living in there for God knows how long. He's very disturbing. Yeah, he was trying to be nice, but he was also not respecting my rights to stay COVID-free. Yes, they put you in a room with another male. I had to leave after 2 days. At 2 or 3 days, I had to leave that place because it was not really ideal. There was no elevator, too much stairs, first of all, for all my camera gear. And not only that, I didn't feel safe because you're not supposed to put anyone in another room with a stranger, but they did. They put me in a room with a stranger. And so is other hostels here in San Francisco. So I want to talk to the CDC and the City of San Francisco Public Health Board. You have hostile establishments here violating my human rights to stay COVID-free. They want me to stay in another room with another guest, a stranger that we don't know has not been COVID tested. I showed the hotels my proofs, but they never checked for my temperature. The only hotel or hostel establishment checked for my temperature was the HI hostel when they were open. So let's just clear the air. HI hostel has nothing to do with what the other hostels are doing, which is violating the CDC and public health guidelines. So let's talk about that. Why are these hotels doing this? Because they're losing money. That's why. And I don't think it's fair for a hotel establishment or a hostel establishment here to put my life at jeopardy so they can make easy $50 a night. Yeah, the dormitory is about $50 a night, plus the $50 security deposit. And I'm going to say this right now, it hasn't been quite the experience that I was hoping for. And I'm going to be honest with you, it has not been very pleasant. So with that said, everyone, I wanted to share my short story and also want to connect with the CDC and San Francisco Public Health Board and let them know there's a lot of violations going on at these hostels, international hostels or hostel-in hotels. You need to go investigate and check them out because I had to check out 2 days prior at Music City Hotel and Hostel because this guy that was living in that room, he was living in there. He had his whole house in it. If you ever seen the video on my YouTube channel, and you can go on Yelp, you can go on Google reviews, you can see the pictures of all the hostels I stayed at. You're going to be disturbed by what you see. No one should be living in someone else's domain. Basically, I was living in someone else's domain. He moved into that room. And I thought I was going to, unacceptable in my opinion. Very unacceptable. But it's unacceptable when they tell you after you pay for the room. So, you're going to be in the room with another guest. And like, what? Why you didn't tell me that before I paid? See? That's how they trick you. So be careful, ladies and gentlemen. Don't get suckered into paying for something and then they tell you, oh, you're going to be in a room with another guest. If they do that, immediately call 311 and call the public health guideline number and report them. That's what I did with Swedish Hotel. I did it for, and I'm about to do it again because I totally forgot that I needed to report this other hostel because of some inconsistencies I didn't like about it and some shading business practices. So, guys, San Francisco, please do me a favor and look into these hosteling establishments here. They are violating everyone's human right as travelers. I'm trying to stay COVID free, all right? I don't have time to play Russian roulette with my life with these hotel establishments or hostel establishments. I have a right to refuse to pay for something. And hotels don't give you that flexibility because there's a 24-hour cancellation fee. And what happens when you find out that you're going to be rooming in with a roommate during COVID times? It's unacceptable. So with that said, everyone, take this video with a grain of salt. This is just me documenting, and I wish someone would take this really seriously in San Francisco and investigate, because it's not fair. And I lost money in the process because I checked out 2 days prior. Not last night, but this is before. Like I said, there's going up, the Panda Photographer. You read my reviews, you find out. With that said, thank you for watching, and I see you guys in the next video.